Alright, so step one, we're going to always take the time to show some love to what we're eating, putting in our body. So we're going to clean the vegetables with some distilled white vinegar. So we take some of our reverse osmosis water we got here, put it in the sink, clean the sink out of course, and soak it to get any residual, dirt. If you're buying stuff from the grocery store, the distilled vinegar will help neutralize any pesticides or any herbicides or any things like that that's been sprayed on the plants. And since we're growing it fresh, when you soak it in the water, it'll also get any, just any residual, like I said, soil. What else might be on there?
Maybe a couple of bugs, beneficial insects and bugs that might be in there.
Because when you get your stuff from the grocery store, you don't see any bugs on there. You know why? They're spraying pesticides. So if bugs don't want to eat it, then
that leaf right there, this one is a love leaf because a bug has eaten off of it. Look at that.
If bugs don't want to eat your food, you should have some questions.
Exactly.
Because you're putting it in your body. That means it has poison to them. So what is it doing to you if you put it in your body?
Exactly. I love the fact that you said that you mentioned that. Because it's so important, because when we go to the grocery store, we're looking for perfection. We're looking for vegetables that have no holes in them, that are just picture perfect. But I myself, when I go to the grocery store, I'm looking for something that may look a little bit ugly or so forth. I know that something from the earth has eaten from there. And they're kind of like the testers.
Mm-hmm.
See if there's
but
any
people don't realize
that.
People, they want something that looks perfect, quote unquote. Everybody's trying to get the plastic surgery, the big butts, the fake boobs, want them to look nice and perfect and even. But nothing in this world is perfectly even. One leg is bigger than the other, one foot's bigger, one side is bigger, and even the vegetables, they all have a unique character. But everything you get at the grocery store, what is it? It's all the same size, same shape. You ever notice that?
And they put the lighting, like people don't understand, even the lighting in the grocery store is put there to kind of fool you into thinking that the food is just, to invite you into the food, to make it look shinier, to make you think that it's just perfect.
And they coat it with wax.
Exactly. You can't see that wax, the pesticide that may be on there. It's so many things that you just have to be more aware of when you're grocery shopping.
So when you actually start to grow your own food, you start to realize these things. You start to say, oh, there's actually bugs that are out here, eating up my plants. Or, it tastes different.
Mm-hmm.
You find out what a real vegetable tastes like for the first time.
Exactly.
When you actually grow your own food.
I didn't, I was so comfortable with bringing you the bok choy with the holes in the leaves because I knew that you knew that this was a good thing. Yeah. It wasn't a bad thing to have the leaves that bugs have eaten from. Like most people will be scared at that. They want to throw that leaf away and get rid of it. But
it's because there's a huge disconnect. We were talking about food apartheid earlier. There's a disconnect between people and where their food comes from and how it's grown. They don't understand that, there's a process. They just want the quick and easy. I go to the grocery store, I pick it up. They don't realize how much time and energy was actually put into that. So, I heard this story once about I think it was like a Mexican lady. And, she would go picking out her vegetables. Like, they have it where you can go and pick out your own fresh vegetables from the where it's grown. And she didn't want anyone else, touching it or picking it out or putting it in a basket for her. Because there's a certain energy connection that you actually impart into the vegetables when you're touching it, when you're picking it up. But everybody doesn't look at it like that. So there is a connection between you and what you're growing and what you're putting in your body.
There's like a mindlessness, because we all want it fast, and convenient. And it's not to make everybody a farmer or whatever, but I always say that you can help out food some kind of way. You can give to a farmer. You can, make sure you shop local with a farmer so that you won't, contribute to your carbon footprint by shopping far out, away. You can lessen that. There's so many ways to help the system. So, I just wanted to kind of give like a quick overview when we say the word food apartheid, you know, and what that means. I like to use that word because it's more comprehensive. It explains the whole situation about food disparity in poverty-stricken areas and also food disparity in wealthy areas. So he was just talking about how, and you know, if you're wealthy, we tend to have this mindset that it's okay to overconsume meat, to overconsume, you know, just about anything. Water, we waste the water because we can pay those bills. We can easily go get it again, you know. So when we talk about food apartheid, we're trying to connect a whole systematical breakdown of the food system and how it's basically making us zombies. So on the other side, with the poverty-stricken areas, when we talk about food apartheid, we're talking about areas that are predominantly, they have gas stations with highly processed foods in those gas stations for our young adults to go and get their food.
It's quick, it's easy, it's full of all these artificial flavorings and things that enhance the flavor to make you feel like, ooh, I'm getting something tasty and delicious, yeah.
In addiction, like, so
addiction.
we have like people who are addicted to those hot chips, the hot corn chips, and they wonder why they keep eating them and eating them. Well, there's actually chemicals that makes you want to eat those foods over and over and over again.
It tricks your brain into thinking that, ooh, this is something delicious, something that's good for me.
And it makes you dehydrated. But it makes you dehydrated in the sense that you want to eat that food and not, you know, get some water to hydrate yourself. You actually want to, so you'll keep eating that food seeking to become hydrated, but you're actually dehydrating yourself more, dehydrating your cells. And so now we're talking about illnesses that come from that. You know, now we got, you know, our cells are not functioning at their high vitality. They're at a low level functioning, you know, fashion now.
So this is, again, just the same mixture of vinegar and water. It's like 1/3, this is vinegar, and the rest of it's reverse osmosis water.
I love that mixture. Can I start taking some of the bok choy and like cutting it up?
It's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. Would you like me to put it in here or?
If you want to strain off some of the excess, you can.
Yes.
Presentation.
Will
Make sure that it goes clearly into the camera.
Okay.
Alright, so here we go. I'm taking this over here. I guess we just keep up this conversation. I'm going to get up to chopping some of this bok choy up over here.
If you want, you can get some footage of it.
Okay.